let's talk about that. What you want to get done in detail. What do you want to get
Yeah,
done?
I want to compete and win games.
How long is it going to take for you to compete and win games?
Yeah, the NFL is not for long. You better win games when you go out there.
So winning's not out of the question. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into another video. Definitely do me a huge favor, smack the like button on this video and subscribe for more Arizona Cardinals content. Ladies and gentlemen, huge thank you for all the new subscribers. Huge thank you for all the people that smack the like button, share the videos out, and just watch the videos. I appreciate you guys. We've been seeing a crazy amount of growth on this channel, and hopefully we keep getting more and more and more. Subscribe it up if this is your first time here. It's absolutely for free. Ladies and gentlemen, today what I want to talk about is the comments about JG and his interview with Arizona Sports, and then I also want to go ahead and take a look at the first official depth chart for the 2023 Arizona Cardinals. Let's get started. All right, let's first talk about the interview from JG and Arizona Sports. Big shout out to the Burns and Gambo show that are a huge asset to Arizona sports fans, because I feel like whenever they do interviews, they go ahead and ask the real tough questions, and just huge shout out to them. They do a very good job in what they do. So one of the biggest things we want to talk about pertaining to obviously that interview was that very first question that we heard in the intro about what do we want to kind of accomplish in this year and how long would it take for us to start winning, right? And I think JG is fully aware that's where we are at right now as an organization. Most Cardinal fans, or I guess I won't say most, but most people on the outside think that the Cardinals will be nothing more than a 3-4 win team and we're rebuilding / tanking mode, right? I think that's what the outside perspective of the Arizona Cardinals are heading into the 2023 season. Now, JG is fully aware that's of what's going on and what the outside noise is, but I think he fully wants to win, right? I think he truly wants to win. Now, I think he truly believes in his process, and yes, I agree, most people that are going to be getting this position wants to win, right? He called it not for long league, for a good reason. As Cardinal fans, we're fully aware that we've seen coaches come in here one and done. We've seen coaches start off hot and then dwindle off. We've seen coaches take us to the Super Bowl. We've seen coaches have very much success and then unexpectedly retire on us. So we've seen a lot of different things. The height of the Arizona Cardinals organization was probably the Ken Wisenhunt and BA era, at least in my opinion, and we all want to get back to that level, right? And we all hope that JG can be that guy to give us in some sort of, or get us back to some sort of relevance. And I really do have faith in what he can be. Now, granted, yes, this is year one, and he really hasn't done anything out on the field yet. He hasn't coached a full game yet, but that's one thing that really excites me, right? This new season in 2023, as well as this preseason, this is one of the most exciting times that I've actually am excited to watch preseason because of what he's going to be bringing to the table, and a lot of the new young rookies as well, which is really exciting. Now, another thing that was asked of him is, when are we going to know about who's going to start, right? What are the reps going to look like? He did say that he is currently in talks with everybody in the coaching staff, try to figure that out. Now, we did first officially get the depth chart that we're going to be going over this here pretty soon. Now, this is not the official depth chart for week one of the regular season. This is depth chart now. Now, please keep in mind that things change so fast in the NFL that we might see this change in a week. We might see this change in 2 weeks. So because we have who we have on these slots, don't get bent out of shape about it, right? It's going to be one of those things that is always going to be evolving. Now, one question that was asked about the quarterback position, which we all hear all the noise. We all know where I stand on it. One question was asked, does Colt McCoy have a leg up because he's a veteran? He did mention the fact that there is some sort of benefit to being a veteran, but this is going to be an open competition, and whoever takes advantage of their reps and takes advantage of their time on the field, there might be a change. You never know. Now, if Colt McCoy is listed as a starter, we might not see him very much, right, in preseason. If Colt McCoy only plays 3 or 4 snaps or 3 or 4 series, it only benefits the guys behind him, right? We all know that Kyler Murray is the number 1 quarterback, but the fight right now is for that number 2 spot. We know Kyler Murray is not going to start week 1 of the regular season, so we really want to find out who's going to be that guy starting the regular season. So it's really telling to see what Clayton Tune's going to do, Jeff Driscoll, as well as David Blau, and how that's going to transpire. So that's one of the biggest things why I'm excited about preseason as well. So a lot of good stuff talked about in that interview. Definitely go ahead and check it out. It's on Arizona Sports YouTube page. Check it out. Highly recommend it. Now, let's talk about the first official depth chart. I'm going to go ahead and give you the offensive, number ones, and then the defensive number ones, and then everybody, after. Now, there is some surprising moves in my personal opinion about this, and we'll be diving into that here pretty soon. In terms of every position, there's not a surprise everywhere else. I'll just give you my surprises, and you can let me know what you're surprised about in the comments below. Now, wide receivers, we're going to start off with that. Let's go off with wide receiver. That's going to be Marquise Hollywood-Brown, Rondale Moore, Zach Pascal, right? I think that's pretty obvious. I know there's going to be some people that are bummed out that Michael Wilson isn't slotted to be one of those starters, but please keep in mind that preseason is going to be very telling, and you never know. Something might change. Left tackle, DJ Humphries. That's no surprise there. Left guard, Elijah Wilkinson. Cool. We got our center. Is it Hajol Froholt? I'll put his name right here. I'm pretty sure I butchered his name, but this is the guy that we ended up getting in the offseason. Not a big splashy move, but he seems to be our shoe-in center. We got a right guard, Will Hernandez. Right tackle, Paris Johnson Jr., ladies and gentlemen. That seems to be probably the only rookie that we have that's going to be slated to be that number 1 guy, and I'm excited about him, right? This is a guy that's valued very high, a very, very high recruit, and has been doing nothing but great things. So I'm excited that he's getting the leg up over Kelvin Beachum. So Paris Johnson Jr. is going to be the starter, at least for now. Tight end, Zach Ertz, no surprise there. As long as he can stay healthy, or he is healthy, he's going to be our number 1. Kyler Murray being our quarterback number 1. And then that seems to be our offense. Defensive side of the ball, defensive end, LJ Collier, which was a former first-round pick for the Seahawks. We'll see how he shakes out. Nose tackle, Licky Fotu. Another defensive end, Jonathan Ledbetter. Outside linebacker, Dennis Gardeck. That's surprising to me. The other outside linebacker, Zaven Collins. That's not surprising to me. He was a former first-round pick that we ended up drafting, and he was going to be making the shift to the outside linebacker. So I think that's something that the new regime's going to, kind of enforce him to do. So that's not surprising. But being that Dennis Gardeck is kind of getting the leg up over our, your Maji, your BJ Ojolari, your Victor Dimikichi, those type of players, that's very surprising to me there. I'm not mad at it, but just surprising. Inside linebacker, Kazir White. I think we all kind of knew that happening. Going to be most likely the Mike linebacker for the Arizona Cardinals. The other inside linebacker, Kryze Barnes. We'll see how that turns out. Let's look at our cornerbacks here. We got Antonio Hamilton and then Marco Wilson. I don't think there's very much a surprise there. Antonio Hamilton, veteran, and then Marco Wilson, potential, right? Potential. We got our safeties, Jalen Thompson and then Buda Baker. No surprise there. One of the biggest things that we have right here are quarterbacks. After Kyler Murray, Colt McCoy. After Colt McCoy, Clayton Tune, David Blau, and Jeff Driscoll. So this is one of the prime examples where I got to take my own advice and say to myself, do not get bent out of shape because Clayton Tune isn't above Colt McCoy. Clayton Tune's got a good chance to really make himself stand out in this preseason. Now, in that interview, in the Burns and Gambo interview, he ended up saying that what he wants out of the quarterbacks is to obviously move the ball, put points down the on the board, as well as protect the ball. If Clayton Tune can give that to us in these preseason games, we might see a different tune there. So we'll have to wait and see how that shakes out there. Now, running backs after James Conner, Keontae Ingram. That's surprising. That's very surprising. Corey Clement, who else? Tyson Williams, and then Marlon Mack being at the end. Now, I think that can change. Please keep in mind that Marlon Mack was just signed. I could see him being the number 2 running back, but he needs to kind of get acclimated to the whole situation of being a running back again. So we'll have to wait and see how that shakes out. Nobody else on the offensive side of the ball actually surprised. No, I guess nobody else on the offensive side of the ball really surprises me. Everything else kind of looks good, right? On the defensive side of the ball, let's continue to talk about Dennis Gardeck getting the leg up over Victor Dimikichi, Najee Sanders, and then Cam Thomas. Right, that's very, very surprising. And then BJ Ojulari. It makes sense. Maybe BJ Ojulari will get it once he gets a little bit more reps, and then we're out of the preseason. But I'm very, very surprised that we're not giving the opportunity to Najee, not giving the opportunity to Cam Thomas, to Victor Dimikichi. That one's very surprising to me. Like I said, I'm not mad at it. Just surprising. Nose tackle, it looks good there. Other than that, I think that's kind of it. Isaiah Simmons is actually listed as a safety. Now, we did hear that he's going to be obviously playing in the secondary more than anything, so I'm excited to see if he's going to have a breakout season for the Arizona Cardinals. Most people have been waiting for him to have a breakout season with the Arizona Cardinals for quite some time, and I really do hope this is going to be the year for Isaiah Simmons. So he's listed as a safety, but I did hear we might use him a lot as a slot cornerback more than anything, bringing him in the nickel packages, that type of stuff. So we'll have to kind of wait and see how Isaiah Simmons kind of unfolds. But that is our first official depth chart for the Arizona Cardinals. What is something that you guys are surprised with? Anything here in the comments below that you want to talk about? Let me know here in the comments. Now, after Antonio Hamilton for cornerback, we got Christian Matthew, Garrett Williams, which he's still hurt. That's probably why he is behind Christian Matthew. Behind Marco Wilson is Catrell Clark and then Nate Harrelson. There's a big drop-off in cornerback to me. A big drop-off. I really do hope that the Arizona Cardinals can still bring in talent, because I think cornerback is definitely something that we need help in. I could be surprised, right? We could be surprised. We'll have to kind of wait and see in TBD, but I think there is still help to be needed for the cornerback role, but right now we'll see. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you guys feeling about the first official depth chart for the Arizona Cardinals? Let me know here in the comments below. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Have a great rest of your day, and go Cards.